All right, guys, how's it going? So, Fabrizio Romano, Mo Salah! My front door's wide open. My fucking neighbours are out there, they'll be like, what's he going on about, that silly fat Englishman? Oh dear, some of you still don't know why we shout Mo Salah, do you? That was Salah, by the way, not salad. Don't be scaring me. Right, so, Fabrizio Romano, he put a tweet out today, a post, it's not called a tweet anymore, quoting Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he said, and this is the quote, "My main target, question mark, I'd say to win a Ballon d'Or, because I believe I can. I want to be the first fullback to ever do it." Now, I'm going to play you some audio from an interview. Are you ready? You need to listen. Pay attention, please.
I'd say win a Ballon d'Or.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
sure.
the last one I thought you'd go for.
I'd say win a Ballon d'Or.
Okay, talk to me about that. Why have you gone for that one?
Because I believe I can.
Because a lot of footballers say the individual achievements, they don't matter as much as those other things. But for you, I guess it would be part of helping the team during that season, whatever year it was, and being the best of the best.
Yeah. And I want to be the first fullback to ever do.
Can it ever feel like you've achieved what you wanted to achieve? Would that be the moment where you felt like you've got to exactly where you want to get to?
No, I said it in that interview when I was with England with Gabriel Clark. It's only the day after, the morning after you retire, you're able to look yourself in the mirror and say, I gave it everything I've got. It doesn't matter how many trophies you win, it doesn't matter how many medals you've got. It matters about what you've given to the game and if you've reached your full potential. Because I've heard potential being thrown around my name since I was 6. He's got the potential to be this, he's got the potential to do that. And then get older, he's got the potential to be a first-team player, potential to play for England, he's got the potential to be a captain, be a vice-captain, potential. You know, if you reach that potential and you know you've hit that potential and you've given everything to maximise that potential and be the player that you believe you can be, which is one of the best ever, then yeah, you'll be happy. It doesn't matter how many trophies you win, I guess.
So, what he said in the video is, he did say that, what Fabrizio said, but when you look at the quote, "My main target, I'd say to win Ballon d'Or because I believe I can. I want to be the first fullback ever to do it." It makes it sound more formal and more like a little bit arrogant. Some people might say, I would say confident. Some people might say arrogant. But when you listen to this interview, it's a bit of a more informal thing and he's jumping around with the conversation. It's just Fabrizio Romano's made it sound like he said it all in one thing. It's just me. I'm very specific about things. So I don't know what you think about that, but I think a lot of people would look at this and try and put themselves in Trent Alexander-Arnold's mind during this contract negotiation situation and making a huge decision in his career. Now, he's only making a huge decision in his career if Real Madrid actually do attempt to sign him, right? If you watch my Spanish latest from Spain videos that I do, one before this, for example, you'll know what's been said in Spain regarding Trent and Real Madrid at the moment, okay? And I do those videos just about every day or whatever. So he's only got a huge decision to make if he's got a huge opportunity presenting itself, right? And that some of the LFC click media want you to believe that Real Madrid are desperate to sign him, while over here in Spain it seems more of a, well, he is an option and he's a player that we admire. So it's been reported very differently. But I think if we just focus on what he's saying there, whether you want to read Fabrizio Romano's comments in one way or you want to listen to the video that's a bit different, he's saying his main target really is to win Ballon d'Or because I believe I can. I want to be the first fullback to ever do it. Now that's nice, that's confidence, and there's nothing wrong with being confident and ambitious in life. But there's also a part of me that thinks he's starting to believe his own shit now, that's been written about him. Trent Alexander-Arnold is a very, very good player and he stands out at Liverpool. I don't think he stands out at Real Madrid if he goes to Real Madrid, unless they can get more from him, unless they can improve him. Liverpool fans are very supportive. You can see that with Darwin Núñez. He can have a terrible game, he can miss from 2 yards out, get subbed off, and, the fans are still chanting Núñez, even though they're all going, is he ever going to fucking click, right? Real Madrid fans are not like that. Trent can make some howlers sometime. All players can. You go to Real Madrid, they do not give you the license to make those howlers. You are expected to be the best, right? So I've always felt that it might not work for him if he went there. If Trent leaves Liverpool and goes to Real Madrid, I hope he succeeds. I do. Honestly, I do. But I don't think I do mean that, actually. I don't know. I just had to pull myself back there a little bit. If a player leaves, normally I want them to do well. But I think that this would be, like when Alonso left, for example, I want him to do well. This one would be a little bit harder, I think, to many people, leaving, his club, if you like. He's been there since he was a kid, the local connection, vice captain, would be captain one day. If he signed with Liverpool, if Real Madrid didn't come knocking, you're going to be told that he never thought once of leaving and all that. I've got to be honest with you, I can't lie to you. I've got to be honest. If he did go to Real Madrid, there's part of me that probably would want him to bomb miserably, so I could turn and say it's your own fucking fault. But that's just really petty and childish. I don't know. I'm a football fan, right? I'm a football fan. At least I'm being honest. Do you know what I mean? But I'm starting to think come on. I'm not going to name any. You can name some if you want, some fullbacks that should have won Ballon d'Or over the years. Do you know what I mean? And he's now saying that I want to be the first one to do it. I believe I can. And I mean, if you see some of the comments from supporters of football teams all across Europe that are commenting on this, they're like, what the fuck is he on about? Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with being ambitious and bold and confident. There's nothing wrong with that. But all right, let's just stick to... think, what's he saying there, really? Do you know what I mean? What's he saying there? He has got ambition. Liverpool Football Club's not an ambitious club, guys, under these owners. I don't care what you think. They're not, all right? They're not. These owners, right? And listen, for transparency, if you're new to my channel, I don't particularly like these owners. I don't hate them. I'm not FSG out to the extent where I'm going to go around with a placard or anything. But I can acknowledge the good things they've done. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe this bullshit that they saved us and all that. Liverpool Football Club, fuck off. All right, I'm not even going to go down that route. They'll only set the top reds off, and I can't be doing with them arseholes today. But what I mean is, I want someone to own the club that loves football and wants to win everything, right? Maybe I'm old-fashioned. Maybe I'm just a traditionalist. Yes, there's some people want people in the flip-flops from the Middle East to come in and buy the club. But if they did come in, it wouldn't be because of wealth, right? It would be because I know those people are very passionate. They want to win. You know what I mean? They want to beat their own family, literally with a stick. What I mean is they want to win everything. They're very competitive. They love football. Do you know what I mean? I just want listen. You can. There are certain American business people, right, that are involved in sports that I would still take. Do you know what I mean? It's not just about, we don't want Americans. There's nothing wrong with Americans. It's just that these people, FSG, they don't give a fuck about football, all right? They don't. The people that own Newcastle, the people that own Manchester City, they love football. They are football people. Even Abramovich before, whether he was a good man or a bad man or whatever, loved football. Our people don't love football. And at the end of the day, if you're a football fan, right? And if you support Liverpool, not everyone that watches my channel supports Liverpool, believe it or not. But if you support Liverpool, what you want Liverpool to win as much as possible, to compete, right? And what does a player want to do? What does Trent Alexander-Arnold want to do? The same as you and I. He wants to compete. He wants to win as much as possible, right? So if we have the opinion, and you might not share my opinion, but I know a lot of you do. If you have the opinion that Liverpool will always be there or thereabouts, that's going to be the same sort of opinion that's conveyed to a footballer that plays for the club, right? They're going to be like, well, we're always going to be there or thereabouts, but I want a bit more than that, like a football fan does, right? So we went over this a couple of months ago, right? I went right in, I spent an afternoon looking at the difference in revenue, potential revenue generated, average revenue generated for finishing first, second, third, fourth in the Premier League, right? I'm not talking about individual prize money. I'm talking about the commercial kick-ons, right? As champions, you can command more money in sponsorship deals, for example, but also you have to spend more money to become champions. You have to have the better players, so that means more wages. You might have to have a better coach or better coaching staff, which is more wages. If you win the Premier League and win more things, you have to pay bonuses and more expenditure. And when you look at the difference between finishing first, second, third and fourth in the Premier League, and remember, I'm not just talking about prize money, there isn't a big gap, right? So let's say, I'm going to give you a random figure, right? So please don't come back to me and say that figure's wrong, right? What I'm saying is, let's say it costs, let's say that it's a 70 million to 100 million difference between finishing first or second in the amount of money you can make, right, from finishing as the owners, right? The club generates so much money, prize money, sponsorships, whatever, right? Finishing second, finishing first. So if you finish first, you might get another 70 to 100 million over the course of a year or whatever, right? But you might have to spend another 200 million to get that extra 70 to 100 million. FSG are never going to do that, right? It doesn't make sense in a business model, right? I can't think of an example I could give you away from sport to do that. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you own the club, for those American owners, all they're bothered about is them Champions League places, because that's where the money is, right? So second, third, they're not bothered. First, yeah, I'm sure they'd love to come first in the Premier League, but they're not going to spend more within their, what they're allowed to spend, because they're eating away at their own profits. So it doesn't make sense to them. And if we know that, right, the ones that are not deluded, right, if we know that, the players know that as well. So if he has, aspirations of winning Ballon d'Or, and good luck to the lad, I hope that's right, he ain't ever going to win it at Liverpool Football Club. He isn't. It's just not going to happen. Could he win it at Real Madrid? Well, he could. It's certainly going to be, he's got more of a chance of winning it there than at Liverpool, in my opinion, because Real Madrid, like them or not, they are a more ambitious club than Liverpool Football Club. You might disagree with that because you're a passionate supporter, right? But think of what I said in this video. At Liverpool, he can make mistakes or whatever, right? Real Madrid, you can't. Because at Real Madrid, they expect the best, right? But the downside of that, of course, is if you don't give your best, you cast to one side, and that's the gamble he takes if he goes there, If he really wants to win the trophies he continually talks about, even though he's got a fair share of trophies from Liverpool, if he really does want to win things on a personal level, he has to leave Liverpool Football Club, because he will not get those things at Liverpool Football Club. And you can caps lock me to death as much as you want, but I'm telling you the truth. Real Madrid are a glamorous, more ambitious football club than Liverpool Football Club. It's just the way it is. That would change if you had a different ownership. And this is where, when people start arguing over the owners, they always think these top Reds, the ones that want to defend FSG, they always want to defend it. Their only answer all the time is about, they think that you support other ownership because they would spend more. That's absolutely not why. For me, it's people that want to win, want to be competitive, love football, and are ambitious, that will do everything they can within the rules of the game. Now, when you think back to Jurgen Klopp being manager of Liverpool Football Club, there was times when the owners wouldn't give him 25, 29 million, whatever it was, for a couple of players. And it was like, no, you've got to sell these two first. Do you remember? I forget the names now. I think Origi was one of them. And that other little fucking stocky little fuck. You know what I mean, don't you? I forget his name right now, but you know exactly what I mean. We'll be here for 20 minutes. You know what my memory's like. I know what I mean. And it was like, no, they've got to go first, because we're running this place like a business. Whereas David Moores, God bless him, in the past would have gone, I'll put the money in, let's make it happen, and then give me the money back, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? And I'm all over the place here with my opinions with Trent, to be honest with you, because there's part of me that wants to go, do you know what, mate, fuck off. There you go. That's part of me that wants to say that. There's part of me that wants to say, this lad, he wants to win things. He wants to win things, and on a personal level as well. So how can you knock anyone that wants to do that? So my answer then is like, well, you're not, Liverpool's not ambitious enough under these owners. Yeah, we might win, major trophy here, and great. That's what we want. We're happy as their supporters. But if you want to go and win Ballon d'Or, you ain't winning it at Liverpool. I never. Then there's that. There's the other side of me that thinks, hang on a minute, Trent. Who you fucking kidding here, mate? You listen to some of this shite and believe in it. He needs to watch my videos, that motherfucker. He needs to watch my morning, Saturday morning, not Saturday morning, what's it called? My latest from Spain videos, doesn't he? Because he probably thinks all that shite's out here being written about him, and it's not. My emotions are all over. There's part of me that wants to go, Go on, lad, go and fulfil your dreams. And there's another part of me that goes, oh, knock it off, fucking silly bollocks. Do you know what I mean? And then there's the other part of me that says, oh, go on, just go. You know, if you don't want to play for us, we're top of the league. You know, and this is all a distraction. And we know we've got that game coming up against them. And it's going to be all over the press in the run-up to that game. What do you think about him saying winning Ballon d'Or? I think what you've got to think about here, and the reason for the video is that bit, right, him saying that, is you've got to put your head in his mind, you've got to put yourself in his mind. You can see what he's thinking. And if you're Trent Alexander-Arnold saying that, which he has, what is he thinking? The next thing is, am I going to win that at Liverpool? Do you think he can win that at Liverpool? Don't do the blind, yes, of course he can because we're the greatest club in the world. Let's be realistic. Or has he got a greater chance of winning it at Real Madrid? He's either saying, because he's commented about these trophies previously and, it's a short career and all that, one day I'm going to wake up with, he's either going on about shit like that and Ballon d'Or because he's really thinking, I need this move to progress my career to Real Madrid, or it's the greatest bluff in contract negotiations ever. Because, I mean, if you were his agent now, what would you be saying? You'd be saying, fucking hell, what? Mint, you're talking about Ballon d'Or, do you know what I mean? But the thing is, right, we know that Richard Hughes is the man that negotiates all this shit, but Michael Edwards is the big cheese. And I know people will go, he's not Liverpool Football Club, he's FSG. Oh, God, man. Right? Michael Edwards' job as chief executive of football for FSG, which is above Liverpool Football Club, is to oversee things at Liverpool Football Club as well, right? And Michael Edwards, whether you like him or not, some people think the sun shines out of his ass. I don't. I think he's the biggest blagger going, to be honest with you. He's talked everyone into believing he's an amazing football god. But he is pretty ruthless, like. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think he'll give a fuck. Sorry, I just reading a message that popped up on my screen there. I don't think he'll give a fuck about Trent saying we need to win Ballon d'Or. I want to win the Ballon d'Or. I don't know, I'm all over the place with this video. My mind's changing a bit. When I first read it, I was like, shut up, silly cunts, man. Dear me. Oh, I can't help it. I genuinely can't help it. As much as I want to say Liverpool's not ambitious, go and fulfill your dreams, there's part of me that just goes, Trent, you're believing your own hype, sunshine. Do you know what I mean? I got, when I've said things like this before, people have criticised me and said, he's fucking brilliant, he's brilliant, he'd be amazing at Real Madrid. Maybe he will. But I don't care what he does at Real Madrid. I care about what he does at Liverpool. And his focus, I would rather he was talking about being the captain of Liverpool, and winning things as a team with Liverpool, rather than talking about his own personal wants, etc. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave that with you there. Please leave me a comment. If you appreciate the video, it doesn't mean you agree with me. If you appreciate the video, please thumbs up. If you interact more with the channel, if you leave comments, if you thumbs up, you're more likely to get gifted a membership by the system, which, memberships are given away nearly every day of the week, to be honest with you. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, then please hit the thanks button under the video. Read the video description for the newsletter. I do send out news and opinions in that are not in the videos. And there's a chat room and all the social media links, etc. are all in the video description. Remy's here now. Hello, Remy. You all right, pal? I have fed you, haven't I? Yeah, so why are you being super nice? Yeah. My rescue dog. All right, guys, see you in a bit. Have a good day. Let me know your thoughts about Trent and his Ballon d'Or.